Hello, welcome to this new video about scripts breakdowns by Pipeline Pro. When we need to do an asset breakdown for an episode of a series, a movie, a short film, etc., we usually don't have tools that allow us to automate or do this breakdown very quickly. In most cases, what we do is print the script, and with the script in hand, we underline the assets we identify and add them into an Excel table. So in the end, most of the time, when production needs to do a script breakdown, it consists of opening the script, opening a table where they will input the data, and then manually reviewing the script. So, for example, I consider this to be an asset, and I highlight it in a color. Then here I write that it's episode 102. The asset is called Forest. The type is a background. The category depends on its importance. Let's say this is the first iteration where it appears, and we'll say it appears in shot 1. Therefore, we would have to go through the entire document checking every time the asset Forest is mentioned to indicate that it's the same one and that we already have it registered. Here we would detect another asset, for example, a character, and we would do the same. Go to Excel and add the new character, type character, category B, and appearing in the first shot. Another character here. We would mark it and then add it to the table. And so on with more characters and assets. Therefore, it is a very manual process. With Pipeline Pro, we have a way to not only do this faster, but also, as we identify assets, they are automatically added to the project structure. What we do is, once we have created our project on the platform, we go to the scripts section. And here we create a new episode. For example, we give it a title. Once the new episode is created, we access the script option, which allows us to upload a script. To perform a fast script breakdown, we need the script to be in final draft format. The first thing we need to do is create the script. We specify the stage of the script, for example, a first draft. Then we drag the final draft file into the drop area. And now our script is uploaded. From here, how do we start the breakdown? The process is very simple. We select the words that we consider or want to turn into assets within this project and right-click. If, when entering the asset, there are assets with similar names, it will show us a list of previously created assets, for example from another episode of the series, which might refer to the same type of asset. Or it might be a new one. If it's a new one, we write the name below. We can assign a set of tags and select the asset type. In this case, we'll say it's a background, and the category, which could be, for example, asset priority or complexity. We create a new asset, and then all occurrences of this word throughout the script will be automatically highlighted, so we don't need to manually search how many times this asset appears in the script. It will automatically mark all of them. For example, now we have the word snail and we search for it. There are already assets with similar names created in another episode. If we want to associate it with an existing asset instead of creating a new one, we simply click the link button next to the asset we want to associate. It will appear in the episode, be linked to that existing asset, and all occurrences in the script will be marked. For example, a character. Right-click, and we already have an existing character. We could create a new one using the options below, or if it was already created in another episode, we simply link it. For example, this character Rex, which already exists. We link it, pencil. There is no existing asset for this, so we can create it from scratch. We type the name pencil. We say it's a prop and category B, and it is automatically added. If there were more occurrences of the word, they would be marked. We can do the same with notebook. For example, notebook already exists, so we can link it or create a new one. In this case, we link it. And this is how we would go through the entire script until we identify all the assets we need. Once we have defined all the assets, we can go to the Asset Manage section to see the list we have generated. We select episode 2, which is the one we were working on, and here we have the created assets. I can get a list of all the assets identified in this project and export it to a CSV file, so I can open it in a spreadsheet and perform any operations I need. Thank you very much.